Hey everyone, Sebastian here. So today I want to talk to you guys about the new all-time highs for Ethereum and Litecoin that are just happening right now. It's around 11:40 at night on Sunday night. So you're going to be watching this probably tomorrow morning sometime or in the afternoon. Um, and always, it would mean a lot to me if you guys would subscribe. I try to post videos here at least Monday through Friday, one a day, and then sometimes on the weekends. If you could also hit the like button, that would help me out tremendously. So let's get into the market here. So Bitcoin, it looks like it's looking to go back up higher on the 15-minute chart. It's kind of exceeding its RSI right now, but we think it's going to go higher a little bit more. It's still obviously away from its all-time high, which was 64,899, but we're climbing, which is good. Ethereum, on the other hand, is breaking its all-time highs. It just did it not too long ago, a couple minutes ago, where it reached $4,095.53. It's currently at $4,078, and it looks like it's going to continue to climb a little bit more. We had a little dip here, and then it climbed up higher, which is good. Same thing for Litecoin. Litecoin had a nice all-time high hit today at $413.91, and has since kind of pulled back a little bit from that. It's now at $400.83, which is great. I think Litecoin has a lot more room to grow up. And then Dogecoin. Saturday I was watching the Saturday Night Live skit with Elon Musk. We're hoping to get a little bit more of a pump out of it. Unfortunately, it actually fell down, bounced a little bit, and then fell back more to a low of, let's see here, today's range was from 51 cents to 57 cents. It's been kind of bouncing between that. So let's get into the first news on Ethereum. So this is an article from Fortune, excuse me, by Ben Carson. There are two very real reasons Ethereum is taking off right now. And in the first part of the article, they go into some of the history of Ethereum going back to 2017 and the crash that eventually followed it. And then what Ethereum is actually made for on the blockchain as far as being used as smart contracts and things like that. But here's the interesting part that they go into. There's a lot here that I wanted to cover. So according to the Wall Street Journal, more than 7 million new accounts that hold Ethereum balances were created in the first 4 months of 2021, bringing the total up to more than 55 million. And transactions totaled 1.5 trillion in the first quarter, more than the previous 7 quarters combined. That is a huge increase in the amount that they're transacting on that blockchain, so that's great to see. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes in decentralized finance, DeFi, that could prove to be transformational in the years ahead. But the use case most non-crypto people would be familiar with are non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. Smart contracts are simple code that is stored on the blockchain. Now, blockchains themselves are essentially worthless, but NFTs provide a unique ID for a piece of digital art that can have its own rules for transferring ownership. So you could write into a smart contract for a digital piece of art being sold as an NFT that the original artist earns a certain percentage of any future sales of his or her creation. This is a huge leap forward for creators, and that is true. So think about it, anybody that wants to create anything, whether it's a piece of film, music, art, anything that's that you can use digitally, they can basically go around the record labels and the monopolies that have a stronghold on, record labels and TV producers, TV studios, all that. You could go around that and sell it directly to the fans. So that's an interesting concept. Most famous example of digital art that took advantage of this technology is Beeple, who sold an NFT of his work for $69 million, and this was back about a month and a half or 2 months ago. In concert with the National Basketball Association, Dapper Labs created NBA Top Shots, which essentially allows fans and collectors to buy and sell short highlights of NBA players that are stored on the blockchain. Some of the most sought-after moments have traded hands for 6 figures on the platform, and now the Kings of Leon, which is a band, even released their new album as an NFT, selling tokens that will give fans perks including specialty albums or front-row concert seats. So we're seeing a lot more as far as music creators that are going directly to their fans. The hope in the crypto community is Ethereum can become the platform that powers many of these future use cases, and now that there are real world examples that actually work. From a purely financial perspective, none of this helps us determine what the price is for Ethereum itself. The soaring price is likely taking into account the future potential of this technology. There is also an element of momentum, speculation, and the fear of missing out at play here. I agree with some of it. I think the fear of missing out is just not there yet. Obviously, Ethereum has gone way up in price this year, which is nice, but I think it's a lot of people believing in the blockchain and what Ethereum can do going forward, especially once they start rolling out new updates and things like that. But you do have a lot of, obviously, applications that run on Ethereum that provide DeFi, decentralized financing. So I think the use case scenario for Ethereum is only going to grow from here as more and more things become available on the network. They're going to say it's impossible to know what the fair value of Ethereum is or could be. Crypto is like a commodity in that there are no cash flows, profits, dividends, or income streams to use for valuation purposes. It's all supply and demand, which is true. Right now, the demand for Ethereum remains strong. Assuming the use cases continue to grow, the demand could remain for a while. And that's true. I mean, you could think of anything that could go on Ethereum's network as far as home purchasing, getting, right now you have to go to a closing company to do all the paperwork to close on, but what if you could do it all on the blockchain? I mean, look at all the savings that could be there, just getting rid of all the middleman for that. So I thought that was an interesting article for you guys to take a look at. I'll provide the links down in the description down below for it. Next part of it is for Dogecoin. This is from CNBC, and SpaceX accepts Dogecoin as payment to launch Doge 1 mission to the moon next year. And this news came today, this afternoon. So Elon Musk's SpaceX will launch the Doge 1 mission to the moon in the first quarter of 2022, with the company accepting the meme-inspired cryptocurrency as full payment for the lunar payload. So if we read that correctly, it's meaning that the company that's going to be listed down here below basically paid whatever it's $50 million or whatever the cost is. They paid it all in Dogecoin. Geometric Energy Corporation announced the Dogecoin funding mission on Sunday, with SpaceX's communications teams confirmed in an email to reporters. The mission's financial value was not disclosed. The interesting thing, we'll go into this a little bit more, but the interesting thing is they didn't say whether or not SpaceX is going to hold the Dogecoin or if they're going to do a transfer over to USD. SpaceX Vice President of Commercial Sales, Tom, I'm going to butcher this, Onchinero, said in a statement that Doge 1 will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce. We're excited to launch Doge 1 to the moon, Onchinero said. And it goes on to say, Musk previously announced the company's plans, albeit in a tweet on April Fool's Day. So people kind of think that was kind of a joke, but it turns out to be an actual fact. SpaceX is going to put a literal Dogecoin on the literal moon, Musk wrote at that time. For SpaceX, the announcement also comes on the day the company set new record for its Falcon 9 series of rockets. After launching another batch of Starlink satellites into orbit, SpaceX landed the Falcon 9 rocket booster for the 10th time. That's amazing as far as being able to reuse the rockets. It gets even better, though, if we continue reading. It's designed to do 10 or more flights with no refurbishment between each flight, Musk told reporters in May 2018. We believe that the Falcon 9 boosters are capable of an order of at least 100 flights before being retired, maybe more. That is just completely outstanding. I mean, if you can reuse something so many times, think about all the costs that go down in having to build a new rocket and everything else. I mean, the more you can reuse it, the cost of ownership just become way less, and you can provide those cost savings onto the other companies that want to launch satellites or other things into orbit. So I thought it was just fantastic. I'm a big fan of SpaceX and what Elon Musk is doing there. So if we continue, and then I believe here is his tweet. He also tweeted about this afternoon. So SpaceX launching satellite Doge 1 to the moon next year. mission paid in Doge, first crypto in space, first meme in space, to the moon. So obviously we haven't seen a big spike in the price from Doge. If we look at over here, this was done around, what time was this? 5:41 p.m. So if we look back at right around here, the price didn't really do anything on the action market, on the actually trading view for Doge. So we'll see if it continues to go up from here or if it's going to go down. Some people are thinking that Doge is going to do kind of like a gradual decline after the Saturday Night Live event that happened on Saturday. And then lastly, I thought this was also interesting. So if we go back here, this was from CNBC. The Winklevoss twins Gemini exchange now lets you earn interest on your Dogecoin. So today they announced this. So Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss is going all in on Dogecoin. Starting Sunday, the Gemini app will let clients move their holdings in Dogecoin into interest-bearing accounts through its Gemini Earn service. So if you don't know what Gemini Earn service is basically you can hold your crypto there and they will pay you annual percentage yield on it. Depending on the coin that you have, depends on how much you're going to get. So the company says it will offer a rate of 2.25% APY, annual percentage yield, on a customer's idle Dogecoin balances. Interest is earned and compounded daily, and customers can redeem their crypto at any time. There are also no minimum balances and no fees to transfer into or redeem from Gemini Earn. The interesting further down below, since Gemini Earn launched in February, customers are now collectively earning interest on more than $2 billion in loans originated through the service. So I mean that's a lot of crypto that's being just held there in those accounts and just earning interest, which is great for the people that are basically holding it for a long time. And then it goes on to say, though the Peter Thiel-backed crypto lender BlockFi offers rates of up to 8.6% APY on crypto deposits, and cryptocurrency exchange, Binance says clients can earn up to 20% APY through its platform. Gemini says it remains the only regulated exchange in the U.S. where you can trade and earn interest on Dogecoin in all 50 states. This proves to be especially vital in places like New York, where, for example, the state has denied BlockFi the right to offer interest accounts. So I thought that was a great advantage for Gemini to have. Obviously, they're not paying as high of an interest rate on those coins, but they are offering it to people in more states than would be otherwise offered through BlockFi or Binance. So there's some advantages to go on with Gemini. I personally use Gemini, Binance, Coinbase. I used Poloniex in the past, but the ones that I stick with to right now are just those three. Depending on what I'm doing with my coins, I either keep them at Coinbase or Gemini if I want to earn a little interest on those. And that's basically all I got for you guys. There wasn't a lot going on. There was obviously a lot going on Saturday with Doge and the interest around Saturday Night Live. But other than that, it was a pretty slow weekend. I'm hoping the week picks up a little bit more, but there's obviously a lot of good information here. Hope you guys find it useful. If you do, please consider subscribing to my channel. Like I said, I try to post 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and then sometimes on the weekends. Video topics include cryptocurrencies, personal finance, housing, things like that. Things that will help you guys out as well. I find this stuff useful, and obviously, the more you learn, the more you know, or the more you know. What's the saying? I can't think of the saying right now, but it's one of those things where the more you learn, the more you know. There we go. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.